I was wondering why that timer wasn't going.
No.
I didn't record any of the audio.
Oh. We just talking here.
Yeah, we were just talking for like good 30, what was it?
30 minutes. We was killing it.
Oh, no.
So we didn't even get the Jeff Bezos effect.
No, we talked for 32 minutes with no fucking audio.
Oh, man, this is going to look like we were just sitting here chilling. Like we were stoned. Just sitting here. What are you talking about? I don't know.
Oh, fuck, I forgot we did that.
Look, good thing we weren't live. They'd have been looking at us like, hey.
Well, they would have told us 32 minutes ago. We can't hear you, bro. We can't hear you, motherfucker.
What y'all talking about? Y'all look like y'all really into
that's
it.
Horrible.
That's cool. Then we can talk about some real stuff now.
This is where I'm going to cut.
All right.
We'll start there. All right, man. So we had a technical difficulty where I forgot to hit record on the audio. So what did we touch on? We touched on Jeff
how
Bezos.
You doing? How you doing? My name is Titus Stevens. Thank you for inviting me to the show. Thank you for inviting me. I just had a birthday, September the 7th. I'm a Virgo. Thank you. Thank you for wishing me a happy birthday.
So what we discussed. So we discussed you dating a girl that was gullible.
Yeah. Well, she sent a lot of money to Africa to a preacher that we never went to his church. It was really disconcerting for me because it was, it's okay that she had a friend, but then when he kept trying to make friends with all my friends, kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? That's like you talking to a girl, right? You get home and then she starts friending all your friends once you friend her
and what
on
was this man
Facebook.
purchasing with these contributions?
I don't know. See, for what he told her is that he needed tennis shoes and a Bible and he was building a church. But I'm pretty sure I got a whole wing in his house from the money she was sending him. You know what I'm saying? I got a wing. My face is probably over some sort of fireplace. I'm sure I'm now his God.
That's crazy. You could have a church in Africa or any third world place, and your only congregation could just be some people from the United States. And you could build the church. You could have a nice car.
I never thought about that.
It would not be like, why am I going to preach to these 50 motherfuckers?
Right.
When I could preach to one.
Get money every week.
Right. Because they told you already it only takes like 45 cents to feed this motherfucker.
Right.
So she's giving $5 a day.
Man, he's living like a king. And then he's getting people just from that. We built his church. Because then he's like...
Is she a 10% person?
Roll with me.
Does she like tie?
Roll with me. Oh, she couldn't tie 10%. Not off my... I couldn't.
Not for this guy.
Not for this guy. No. She was a 10%, but I said, do that off your own. Go get welfare.
So was his Bible? His Bible was weak.
I don't even know what his Bible was.
Was his verses weak? Like what was it? Like he couldn't get that money.
Look, I wasn't a member of his church. You know what I'm saying? I didn't buy into it. You know what I'm saying? He'd come and dad. Once he called me dad, and you a grown ass African man, I'm cool. Because you see, it looked like I'm younger than you, and you calling me dad, and you calling her mom. And I was like, oh, okay.
Was the accent even real?
I don't know. And you know what? I don't even know if that was really his accent because it was all text message. So I just gave him an accent out of nowhere. I don't even know if that's a true African accent. It's just something I came up with. Oh, that was so wrong. Thanks for bringing that out. But I identified it African at that point. So.
I think I said that, that's the kind of girl that if you have money, she's going to waste it.
Yeah, all day.
Buying all kinds of, what we would say,
Weird
we said
stuff.
Beans.
Yeah. Like one day she'll come home with 3 magic beans. You know what I'm saying? And you won't even be able to see a giant. You throw them in the backyard, guess what? They don't grow. You know why?
Why is that?
They're not real magic beans, bitch. Damn. She done bought these beans.
I almost bought the beans right now. I was just like, why don't they grow? Because they ain't real, bro.
They ain't real, bro.
They ain't real. You can't fucking grow something that ain't real.
That ain't real.
Oh, okay.
Because I was thinking about this the other day, right? I was riding back on the 5 and all this open land. And I was like, it had to be motherfuckers back in the day that just walked in a motherfucker's house and been like, this is my house now. What you gonna do about it? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because, if you weren't handy with the steel, everybody was strapped. They said there's too many guns now. Back then, think about it, everybody had to have a gun, unless you was black, of course.
I think it was common to have like a gun, a home rifle.
A home rifle, well, for animals, because think about it, you had to have guns for animals. You didn't have really a police force.
People trying to get their land back.
Yeah, people, here we go. I don't want to be a slave no more.
Sore losers.
Sore losers.
Yeah, Yeah, what are we gonna? There's no PlayStation,
There's no PlayStation.
no entertainment.
You can hunt a rabbit or fuck. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it's either hunting, food, and fucking.
There's some weird characters back then, huh? Because there was, like you said, there was these people, and then there was like the entertainer people.
Yeah, and then you would think like, okay, so everything break down like. Everything breaks down here in our society. We got workers, you got city workers. So now you got these people trying to develop the military, and then you got entertainers. What were they entertaining? Like, what would be the thing back then to entertain off of?
It was all semi like nudity shit, right? It was like the burlesque shows,
right? So like the entertainment was like they're showing titties. Let's go to this show, right? Like so everything was a strip show.
Titties everywhere.
Everywhere. When did we get to the walkies and the talkies? The talkies, like silent films. So
those guys were characters too. They're a little fucking weird too, right?
But
These
think
guys
about
decided
it.
to make videos.
Think about it. You had live people talking and showing titties. Then you said, no, watch the screen of nobody saying anything, just moving.
That or someone just told themselves like, I wish I could see them titties again. And some guy's like, what if you could?
What if you could?
What do you mean? I'll be back.
Could you imagine how weird it was for them to see all the new inventions? Like, what do you mean? This is going to be on a piece of paper. What devil is this? Because everything was the devil. Remember? Everybody was religious. Quakers.
Yeah. I think if you're a minor, you've heard white people say that a lot.
Yeah.
Everything's like nothing's. When I was visiting Peru, it was crazy because like the way they tell the story, right? Mm-hmm. The losers tell the story. They were telling us that when the conquistadors or whatever people would go through there, they thought that they were possessed by the devil, and that's why they knew so much. It's like you can't catch a break.
Wow.
Now it's like they think everybody's a savage, right? They start with like calling people savages.
Right. These are
But then they get to these motherfuckers and they got fucking shit you can't ever build or understand, understanding of the skies and shit and math. And they're like, these motherfuckers are the devil.
Let's go make them get our Bible.
Yeah, I was tripping out when like Christians would talk about ISIS and shit. I just be looking at them like...
Y'all never heard of the Inquisition?
Like, I know I ain't supposed to say shit. Yeah. Just let them feel like they make real sense.
But y'all do know that history repeats itself. Talking about giving people money. Do you think they should be paying college players right now?
Yes. Yeah. Fuck their shit up early.
Yeah, I think so too. Why? Because if they get hurt, they're fucked.
You know, it's that and I'm sure there's like insurance and certain guarantees that you can get as far as like, okay, if I get hurt, but I still get my 4 years of college paid or
right,
whatever the situation.
Well, you still get your college paid, but how much long term? So you get your college tuition paid, right? And then most time when you get out, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Okay. Who knows you?
So who knows you? So you get the job that you didn't want because the job that you wanted was to be a football player or whatever sport thing you didn't want. So now you get the job that you want, but you got this injury. You have to deal with that arthritis when it comes back. But you didn't get you wasn't making no money. You did get medical, but you wasn't making no money to set you for life. So you get an injury that debilitates your ability to do the job that you want to do. I mean, you got back pain. You can't get out of bed as much. You can't climb. Like I used to work for the phone company. So I got knee injury in college. Mm-hmm. Now I can't climb poles or whatever. It's a 6-figure job, but I can't do it because it's injury, right? But I got medical. Well, now where am I going to be working at? Because eventually that's not going to be for me because my body is broken down. So at least if you're making money, you can put away something, or maybe you get set for life doing commercials.
I mean, there's gonna be a lot, bro. And then the sad part is that it's new. It's gonna be new money, a lot of new money,
right?
And so you're gonna take kids that, one, sometimes their family depended on it. It's kind of something that the family pushed for them to be into activities, and now they're getting paid, and now the kid feels weird Because he's like, man, I'm over here trying to better myself, and you guys are still asking for shit.
Or
Forgets about all the fucking rides and the fucking babysitters and
Right.
the money and the who knows how many, depending on your situation, your mom had to, might have give it up to a couple people.
you had to do the Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
Your
get
mother sure cares about your education.
You better appreciate them fucking cleats. You think if you're in that situation, you'd be looking at that kid being like, I know a motherfucker shoe size gonna grow at least 3 times this year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bag this bitch.
got her. You need some new shoes.
I gotta
How the boys sports going? You need jersey? Anything good? But then and then with them making money, what does that do with the boosters in high school now? Because you think about the Reggie Bush situation, right? Remember Reggie Bush?
What do you mean boosters?
Remember Reggie Bush? They was paying him to go to USC.
Okay.
So they had to recruit him out of high school to know to pay him. What happened is they bought his mama a car. That's how they hid it. They bought all his mama all this stuff, but they were paying him at USC. So now that everybody gets paid in college, you want the best players because that's still going. Now because they were all talking about, well, only certain colleges get the best player. But I think it makes it worse because if you got a big TV market, now you're going to have all the best players that know they can get paid. Like, you're going to make way more money in Texas with all that oil money than you would make in, Utah or South Bend, Oregon, or whatever like that.
Yeah.
If you go play for Texas because they're all about football. You go Alabama, they're all about football. So, but you can make way more money coming to, USC because you got all these boosters that are going to be entertainment. They got long money. These people in Texas, they got long money, but you got these little programs in Connecticut that don't have a excuse me.
Well, and then you got
COVID.
And then you got these kids that they went on to NFL, and they still fucking up, and they're still getting drunk. They still got problems with women, and that's 4 years later. So you're giving people money off the bat at 18. I don't even know how much they're going to give these kids. If it's going to be millions, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands. I don't know, but
And you think it was awkward before. Imagine how awkward it is being 2 years without talking to anybody, without having human contact.
all them senior chicks are going to be bagging these freshman kids getting pregnant. They're going to be, what are those dudes? They're going to be scouters, bro.
You know what sucks, man? I was kind of jealous of those kids when the pandemic came. Because think about all the seniors that were on the verge of failing. And because of the pandemic, they just got pushed on. You graduated, go ahead.
That's just high school in general.
Yeah. You think there's a lot of losers that just get graduated through high school?
I'm one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
I had straight Fs.
Straight Fs.
I had straight Fs.
Did you come every day at least?
I did go to school every day.
See, then you got socially promoted.
I went every day, mostly because I didn't really have anything to do outside of school.
I wasn't a ditcher either.
I ditched once, bro. And we're like, yeah, we're all gonna hang out, and then we ended up spending the whole time that we were hanging out trying to find some weed. And I was just like, I could have just stayed at school, ate, learned something, and met up with you guys and been there on time to smoke the weed with you.
Yeah, and just still searched because y'all didn't get it till after school. I did one time and shit it behind the cafeteria, behind the gym.
Oh man, so you just shit random places?
Yeah, and then I got caught though. I got caught shitting, so I was shit boy for.
How'd that conversation go?
Man, my mom was
Your mom caught? Who caught you?
My one of the school people caught me, the school research cop. You back there taking a shit? And I was like Smokey. I felt like Smokey. I was, but I had the shit. The only day
now, did you have paper?
Usually I don't shit at school, right? I don't never shit at school because you remember the bathrooms when you were in school.
Hella clean.
Were they?
In my school, yeah.
Oh, what school you go to? You must have been on the good side of town.
Nah, it was a regular school.
Man, our school smelled like piss. It was
Cholos
dirt in the
everywhere.
bathroom. It was just, we didn't have a lot of cholos. But it was we were deep. I was deep in Negro school. Our little neighborhood was all black for a long time until junior high. Then we start meeting people that came over from Mexico. And that was a trip. That's when I learned miate, a lot of Spanish words.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That's funny. Cool. You didn't even say it right, but I knew what you said.
Yeah. Oh yeah, mayate or something.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot of words. I learned some good stuff.
tell us a little bit about like the different shows of your character. You got you have
I got a couple characters.
Todd.
You've met Todd. I also got Daryl. Daryl's a pimp. Destitute lost all his hoes. Destitute, he was pimping and he got kind of confused because they start calling it human trafficking. And that made it fair time, baby. Destitute ain't trying to do fair time, baby. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get some money, baby. So I'm a little destitute till I get some bitches back. And they changed his bag. We gonna wait till Trump. Trump was good with the pimping. I don't know what Joe talking about. His son, my best client. You know what I'm saying? I done sent some bitches over there. And you need to talk to Joe. You need to talk to your daddy, nigga, because he run. I'm sorry about that. Todd, take a. Shut up, Daryl. Who knew? He's always talking about Joe. Joe, that's him, not me. I think he even got a mega hat. MAGA. Who knew? Then I also got a new character now. I call him Bitcoin Bro. Bitcoin Rider. You ever been to Instagram? And every time Bitcoin starts to ride, I get a bunch of friend requests on Instagram. Everybody trying to get me to do crypto. You know what I'm saying? So I got Bitcoin Rider. You know what I'm saying? He do crypto all the time. It's all about getting your money, man. Right now is the time to invest, man. And if you ain't ready to invest, baby, you don't know what's cracking. Because right now, Ethereum is making a real run. And Bitcoin gonna make a real fun. But you don't know it from me, cuz. You don't know what's cracking. Because that's what I do, baby. You just need to get out here, stay on your game, stay on your ones and twos. We 4Xing, 5Xing, whatever. What? Nah, nigga, I'm talking about Bitcoin, nigga. All right, come on, let's go. There we go. That's how we ride. Bitcoin Rider. You don't know about him. So he's a new character. And then I also got Reverend L7 Square. Well, actually, he's brother L7 Square because he hasn't quite yet been able to become a pastor or reverend, even though he's tried. He reads the Bible twice a day. Revelations. He's read Psalms twice. Those are big books, over 100. But he reads all the verses, and he really is trying to give more to the congregation last week, Shirley came over. Now, we should have had a chaperone, but we didn't, so we smoked a little crack. It was, it wasn't my fault. Gerald came over. He said he was in recovery, but he had a little crack. And, once that Brillo get hot, baby, it's a party. But anyway, so we smoked a little bit, and we tried, just keep it in-house. But it was only that day. It was only Saturday. So Gerald left, saying me and Shirley, we smoked a little more Wednesday because we was up till Wednesday. We had a little bit left. We had to get rid of all of it. We don't want to make no money. I found that rock, boy. We hit that shit. Woo. But anyway, I'm here to repent. You said come as you are. And so I really want to be a reverend. And I think I can really help the people. I've been studying the book. Everybody got a little walk they have to do. And I understand maybe it's a little problem with the crack, but I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? Todd's really helping me out. Don't put me in this shit, L7. I tried to tell him, I read my Bible. I told him to stop smoking the crack. You know what? Shut up, Todd. Stop snitching on L7. Well, now, Daryl, don't do him that way. He just trying to be a friend. He know about the Lord. See, I told you, Daryl. L7 knows I'm just trying to help him. Shut the fuck up, Todd. Do you really have to lose that language, Daryl? So that's it. I don't know what happened there. We just lost
I'm just observing he's really having a conversation with himself.
My bad. I got lost in it. Who knew? All right, I'm back.
What goes into do you make a lot of characters, but then you move forward with some of them, or do you have okay, I'm gonna do this character. I'm just gonna keep working on this character.
Well, so when I started with This Negro's News with Todd. So Todd and Daryl. This Negro's News was like a package deal.
TNN?
So, TNN. So then I talked to Jesse over at Canoodle, and he was like, you know what, let's do something with Todd and Daryl. And, he liked Daryl. So let's do something with Destitute. And I was like, all right, but they're like a package deal. So we started TNN, and he got the graphics together, and I kind of had the outfit for each one. It was just putting together graphics for TNN, and then some of the spelling made it a lot more funnier the way we did it. And so then we started working on those characters. And from those characters, from the news, came a lot of characters. I had Republican Ronnie. So on January 6th, he was there for January 6th reporting, but you haven't heard from him because he also got arrested. So we went to check in with Republican Ronnie, and at the same time the FBI was at the door. So I'll bring him back up like in another month because right now he's in the dungeon somewhere. So then, yeah, Republican Ronnie, he's out of here. And he's like, what do you mean? Yeah, I was at the Capitol. Damn you, you can't come in my, and he got tased. So that's what happened. Yeah, he was like, damn you can't come in my house. But it sucked. So, and then sometimes I just come up with characters like, Todd is easy to keep running. Like I took Todd on vacation. He got kidnapped, ended up in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? So he had to try to find his way back from Mexico with a coyote. So he made it. And then I came up with Bitcoin. I just came up with him just because I kept getting shit in my Instagram. Everybody, Instagram was Forex, Instagram. So I said, I got to talk about Bitcoin guy. And then I got a couple more characters. Like I got a time traveler. I call him Time Traveler 361. Mm-hmm. And basically, I like that character because it allows me to basically sci-fi it up. I get to do a lot of, and then you can I can do all kind of shit. Like I came back, like I did an episode, and I said, the whole point of my time traveler guy is that he gets this point in history that he's supposed to help, right? But he's always 5 minutes late. It's the whole standard black thing. So it's time traveler SNT. So it's time traveler standard nigga time is the whole thing. But I go SNT so nobody knows. So what happens is he'll show up, but he's 5 minutes late. So I showed up back in time to tell the Raiders, don't hire John Gruden. But it was after everything. Yeah, everything happened.
If you could time travel, where are you going? What's going on?
If I could time travel, I really would like to go back to.
You can time travel and with an object.
With an object?
Yeah. So you can take an object from now to then. Like, what would you take and where would you go?
Man, I would probably take a rifle and try to hunt a dinosaur.
With a rifle?
With a rifle. Like an elephant gun. Just because you would think, what's the biggest gun?
With a Red Rider's BB gun?
No, you can't do that.
What kind of gun?
But I want one of them old school, like when they had the big ass horn on the end. You ever seen them they said it was an elephant gun, but they had that big ass shield on the end.
You're gonna kill one dinosaur.
Just one dinosaur.
And then a flock of, I don't know what the fuck, raptors are just gonna come in and just
But think about
kill
it,
you, bro.
Right? But think about it. You're trying to hunt. If you kill that dinosaur, but then you take that one shot, and what if you have to put like a musket and just fucking reload that bitch? Like,
fuck.
Come on, here he comes, Velociraptor, right? Like, but think about it. Is that why is that why dinosaurs got extinct? Because we couldn't hunt them?
Oh, because we're time traveling, killing them?
Yeah, yeah. Like we knew we needed to fucking terraform the Earth because there was nowhere to live, right? Say we was on a different planet. And that was the whole thing. Like we had to get Earth ready for the escape, kind of like we're doing now. We're probably looking for another planet to fucking fuck up, so that we can go live there since we fucked this one up.
You know, I'm not gonna take any blame on that. I ain't had nothing to do with that shit.
My thing is, if we come from the Earth, how are we fucking it up?
Well, I mean,
every element that is combined to make something is already from the Earth. So if you combine it and then dissipate it, wouldn't it return back to its single element?
It just sounds like you trying to sell toilet water to somebody, bro.
I'm just saying.
It's natural. Mm-hmm. So we talked about some of your characters. We talked about your show, and then so you work from Canudo, and then you also do things on your own as far as
I do. Yeah, I do comedy. Things. I do a couple of sketches from my house. I also do some acting, so I've been doing a couple of movies. I'm doing this movie with Faison Love, right. But I don't know when it's gonna finish up. But that was a pretty good movie. It's gonna be Christmas. It's gonna be a Christmas movie. So I don't know when the release date's gonna be. I should have a movie that I did a year ago about it's been in post production since then, so it should be coming out pretty soon. It was called Grim Cuddy, was the original name it gave it, but it's a horror movie, so they're probably gonna change the name because that don't make sense.
Sounds like Kid Cudi.
Yeah. But Grim Cuddy was the original name, but they probably changed it to something else. It's supposed to be some horror flick, so that's gonna be cool when that comes out because that was a lot of fun.
How do you go about getting on movies?
Depends. I'll put in I'll do a couple of auditions. Like it was better. Well, not better. I'll just say it was crazy during the pandemic because a lot of the auditions were Zoom. So you had to do them at home, which was a lot more convenient than driving down there with a room of people. But then it was also kind of weird because you're by yourself. So you don't know, when you look around, you could be looking around and be like, oh yeah. You size up people when you in line. It's hard to size up people when you're just sizing up yourself. So they send you aside and, I send in my audition or they'll Zoom and we'll do a Zoom audition. So there's a lot of movies. There's a lot of stuff I book myself by going through some of the websites, seeing what's casting right now, what's shooting. And then I go through a service, Central Casting. I'm with Central Casting. So Central Casting.
Is that from here or from LA?
LA. It's a free service, but it's from LA. So I actually was able to Zoom. I didn't have to drive on there to be a member, but what they do is they'll book you on a lot of different shows. Like I've been booked on 911, Bob Hart's Abishola. I can't think of the name of it, but it's on Apple TV. It's like a space movie on Apple TV. I've been on Pivoting. That one, I was a soccer coach on Pivoting, Channel 11, comedy. Episode 7, you'll see me straight up. I've been booked. I've worked with. I was booked on a Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson story. Right?
You're on the boat.
No, I wish. They just used me as a body double.
Hey.
Who knew? But no, actually, I was at one of the party scenes, and I knew I would never make it on camera because I was like, "What? No black people partying with y'all back in the '80s." But I guess, and sure enough, I get on set. I'm the only brother there, man. Out of all these folks, I'm the only brother on set. So I said, "Yeah, what was my role? Security. That's the only way I'd make it on screen." And so that was a good experience. I've worked with Michael Husted, a couple of movies on him. I did the Upshaws with
you're on Upshaws.
Mike Epps. Yep, Upshaws. There's an episode coming up. I think it's third season.
Oh shit, they're doing third season.
Yeah, coming up is like it's gonna be an episode when they're back at their HBCU. So that's all I can say till it comes out. And then I
said too much.
I did Family, another Netflix show, another Black Netflix show, and it's a list. I did the Showtime Lakers. That was an experience because everything was 70s, like set back in the 70s. So every time you went, you had to get wardrobe. Well, they would have call times at like 3:30 a.m. in the morning. So because you got to do makeup, you got to do hair. You getting wardrobe, it's all old, right? So you're going boom, boom, boom all day till like 8 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night. And then you got makeup afterwards. So you'd work all day and you get paid like an extra 2 hours because people turn in all their costumes and it's like 500 people on set because you're doing these game scenes or whatever. And that was experience because it was like 3 days a week and you was making money. I mean, they didn't care. They was like, you got good food. They pay you. They feed you breakfast, lunch, dinner. And we were working all this overtime. And man, my God. But it was right at the height of like COVID. So you had to test every day, twice. You test the first time, skip a day, test again, work that day, have to mask up all the time. We're in this big ass arena. And there's like, you got your mask on, but you take it off so you can yell. And I'm like, we all yelling, like, just do. I'm like, that's COVID right there. COVID only counts when you ain't yelling, I guess. So it was an experience, though, going to LA Center Studios down there, downtown LA. Got to meet a lot of basketball players while they were doing the filming and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. I liked working that. I like working the studio jobs, but I like working off studio. Always has the best food. They usually cater depending on where you're going. Yeah, cater you the food. A lot of the shows that have the good food are let me see. Bob Hart got kind of cheap at the studio. You know,
So
what I'm saying?
you've been doing these roles for a minute.
Well,
Going out to this casting stuff.
actually, the casting stuff I actually started 2 years ago. But according to everybody that I've worked with, I've worked a lot. They say that I've worked more than a lot of people that's been doing it for a long time, according to them. So I don't know.
What is it about you? Like you just unique?
I don't know. I don't think I'm unique. I just talk a lot. No, I just talk a lot. I kind of become memorable. There's a lot of people, once you get there, they remember who you are, and they'll refer you to another casting person.
When you go to the casting things, is there any thoughts when you go when you're in your Zoom meeting?
It depends.
Like you got shoes on, or
yeah. Oh, well, yeah. When I'm zooming, no. Well, one lady, she got me right. It was for a game show. So she goes, she does a pre-Zoom. She calls me and she says, "Okay, we're gonna have the producers tomorrow, so wear pants." And I'm like, "What the fuck, right?" But I'm sitting there in shorts. And I'm like, "There's no way she knew I wasn't wearing pants because I was sitting down." But she's like, "So wear pants because we want you standing up." I'm like, "Fuck, all right." Because man, I never wore pants.
I wonder if she was just trying to be funny, or she's like so into detail that she noticed that you weren't wearing it because like the reflection in the mirror
or something like that. But I remember when I was running for city council, everything was Zoom. I never wore pants, button up shirt, tie, maybe even a jacket, no pants. And I still got pictures from me. Like I had my girl take pictures of me on the Zoom computer with these people, and I'm just sitting here in shorts and shit, just to have my own memory of the day. It was pretty fucking cool, man. Running for city council, you learn a lot about the city. They just let you into meetings and shit like that. I didn't even get close to winning, but I learned a lot about running the city. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty cool. Met the city manager.
I want to run for some type of office or like city council or
That's
some shit
the
like that.
easiest one. It's the cheapest. It's free. I think it's like $25.
But I don't really know anything. Like I could tell you about politics or how like certain things work maybe, but I don't really understand like how their meetings work. Like my representative here is Andre Gonzalez, and he's like, he's just be posting shit, but I don't know how any of that works. Like, how did he get the money for that street shit? It's like, and if it's just a matter of him filling out some forms, why didn't the last motherfucker fill out them forms? You know, is that all it is?
And what it is because what they do is they look at the makeup of the people that's on there, right? So for most things, you have to get like 3 people's approval, or like if you want to spend a lot of money, you want 2 other city councils to back you or something.
So these motherfuckers be saying no to cock block you and get you out of office.
Yeah, and then you could go with another person. So if you get 4 people, like we friends. Okay, we gonna work together. We gonna work on this project. Okay, cool. And then you keep working with that person. Y'all stay together, and then y'all start going up the ladder because y'all all work together. And so whichever one was this.
So you got to cooperate. You got to cooperate
a little bit.
Deals. There's gonna be backdoor deals because you're gonna be like, look, I really need this. You know,
right?
I'm gonna need this next month.
But look, because so think about it. Remember, before they left off, they passed this ordinance where everybody could have chickens in their backyard. Yeah. And then like 2 months later, they rescinded it.
Well, because I think they had too many chickens, right? Like I thought they just gave a limit at that point. Then they said like no more than 3 or something.
No, the thing is the makeup of the city council changed because it wasn't supposed to change that quick. But once they got people that they want, like
who didn't need chickens and shit.
Yeah, they was like, we don't want chickens in this motherfucking everybody's fucking backyard.
Or they own a chicken farm.
Yeah,
or the people who donated to them own chicken things, and they were like, nah, man.
Yeah, nah, we don't need everybody to have chickens. Or people just didn't want them, like, because now you said, oh, we can have chickens in Rosedale, we could have chickens in, and motherfuckers don't want chickens in
and you don't
Rosedale.
know, look how motherfucker, some dude in Rosedale ain't got shit, he got a big ass lot. He'll let his wife grow 100 of them and fucking sell them all, right? And
right.
Now we got competition chicken fucking sellers.
Well, what they don't want is the next door neighbor growing chickens. Like, you got my house, I got a property value of $450,000, and right next door to me, I got a motherfucker with 13 chicken coops in the back. You know what I'm saying?
When I wrap it up, okay, we'll just wrap it up right now. Anything we got to know before we cut out?
Well, I'm definitely coming back. I think we should do this on a regular basis.
Try to record it.
Okay.
I actually hit the record.
Yeah, maybe when we start this time. We had 30 minutes of endless conversation, just you'll never know about it.
All that sweet laughter we had without you.
Man, without you guys. But we'll let you in on the next one. The other thing I have coming out, shoot, I'm thinking the dates are not fixed yet, but I should have a New Year's show coming out. That would be comedy, so I'm working on the set right now. Actually, I've been working on it all year. I'm ready, and that's about it. I will be shooting a movie in Bakersfield.
What?
I'm working with a producer out here that's looking to shoot a movie. It's gonna be kind of a sci-fi thing. It's gonna be real good. So right now we're in the process of casting, doing some Zoom movies. Some Zoom interviews, auditions, and we'll see how it shows out. It's a pretty funny concept, so it's gonna be kind of a fun, lighthearted thing. He's writing. I'm gonna try to write some stuff. I hadn't gotten to the concept yet. I'm gonna see where he's at, and we're gonna see what's going on. He's got most of it written, and we've got a location of what we want to talk about. So look forward to that coming soon.
For someone who, let's say, they're interested in doing some of these things, getting into roles, getting involved, but they just can't make it out to LA. What are their options in Kern County or closer? By?
Oh wow! Well, and one really good option if you want to, check out Ricky Bird. Whenever Ricky
Hectic Films, yeah,
Hectic Films.
I did. I was in their movie.
You did the zombie one?
No, I did the gambling one.
Okay.
The booze broads and blackjack.
Oh, okay.
I was in the strip club. Oh man, I think they cut me out.
Yeah.
But it was a good shot of me, and it was like what the scene was about. So I think what it was is that the angle where I was at, they wanted us to look at the stripper.
Yeah.
But the angle that I'm at, if I'm looking at the stripper, the camera's like right above her back.
Oh, so it looked
and
like you.
So I was like the whole time I was like, well, I can't look like I'm looking at it. So I just kept looking at the bottom of her nipple.
Yeah.
And I just because she was leaning forward, getting money thrown at her.
Yeah.
And so I just kept looking at the bottom of her nipple. And then I just try to keep my eye there and below.
Right.
But later on, I was thinking to myself, like,
they needed the eye line.
You
need the eye line. If they directed you, you do what you got to do with the direction.
Yeah, they didn't tell me nothing. I was just sitting there, and the only thing they told me was throw money at her. But she was too far away, so all I could do was like hold my money and look at her. And so I started just like tossing money down that way.
Gotcha.
But they record that part, and then that's when the feds come in and everybody gets on the ground. So all you see of me is I think there's a shot of me like just when I start putting my head down. Like I start putting my head down and I get under the table.
Yeah.
And then you just see the shot of me in my shoulder, and I was just like, that's as close as I'm gonna get to a movie. But that was luck. I just showed up, and the guy who was there, who was helping out, happened to know me.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, just come in and sit down right there. And then the guy was like, who's this guy? He's like, oh, he's cool with me. Just have him sit down. He's like, all right. And they just moved on. And I was like, I might have fucked that scene up.
Yeah. Well, he just did Zombie Girl. And I
saw that.
I was gonna go all out for that, and then I got called to do another movie in LA. So I was like, shit, because I really wanted to do that one. So I tried to get my girl to do it, and she just didn't come in time to do it. So, but yeah, I'm trying to be in this next one. If you really if you wanted to create and stuff, I'd say go talk to Jared at Canoodle Studios. Go sit with them. You know, they're pretty reasonable if you want to create your own stuff.
They're really open to doing different shows.
Right. And they're open to everybody, different genre, different things, different tests. So, yeah, Canoodle. I never really dealt with Beacon. I don't know what they do over there. But, yeah, and then there's a lot of different things. Like, there's a lot of actors out here, comics, actors that live here. And I think we just don't talk to each other. There's not really, and that's one thing I'm working on. I'm working with this guy, and we're trying to create outside of Hollywood is what it's called. But outside Hollywood, which is O Factor Media, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna get more opportunities where we shoot movies and series outside of Hollywood. So with having a relationship with Jared, who has a studio, but you know. You've seen there's different things that go in the studio. So they got a nice creative studio, but with the lights and the things you need to do a full production, there's different things that you're gonna need. So I've been learning the different things that you need for food production, the lights, the audio. But basically you need more stuff. Like you need to know about the budgets. What are you gonna use with this and that stuff? So that's what I've been figuring out, the budget information. How you gonna budget your extras? Well, how you gonna budget your stars? How you gonna budget your crew? Right? You don't need high end stuff as much as you need consistency with your actors. Like you said, there's a lot you can do. Like Demi Lovato shot a whole movie with her iPhone 13, so you don't need a lot of high end equipment if you have the editing, the Apple stuff, movie level editing. It's already there. Industry standard is Adobe, and Adobe fixes a lot of things as far as pictures concerned. The sound is great. You have this sound and you're acting and stuff like clean. So there's a lot of stuff because people don't come together. Everybody got a piece that can put together. If you got together and did a Friday movie, low budget.
That boss I had and his friends on meeting on Friday, you know, they all got the pieces and they're like, okay,
exactly.
What can we do with these pieces?
The new movie got something with Todd. It's a God movie. It's brand new, black movie. They all put their money together. They all went in $10,000 a piece, right? $50,000 to shoot the movie. Is now at $3 million, brand new. God's Not Dead or something like that. It's something called like that. But it's brand new. And the dude he read about it. He said each actor put in, like they invested in it themselves. They acted. $50,000 to shoot it. That was the budget. They're already at $3 million, right? They split it up. Even if it crashes at $10 million,
can we make a $500 movie?
That's what I'm saying.
You got 4 other friends.
If you find a girl with big titties, you can make a $500 movie.
Oh, look at this pioneer bitch right here.
Right. Come on in here. Can you cook? Let's hunt some rascal. You remember Davy Crockett?
Yeah.
Man, how come we don't wear hats like that no more?
Because we got jobs. Because we're suckers. We're suckers for capitalism.
Could you imagine PETA back in the 40s, like the 30s and shit?
So just kind of hit up the local guys. Well, my hope is kind of with my show is to kind of get all these people together, because I've met so many people through comedy. I've met so many people through art. And even like sometimes I like charity a lot, so I'll do a lot of charities, dinners. Okay. I'll pay for my friends' dinners and shit to go to a charity for, you know, like I'll do shit like that. And so through that, I've also met several people.
Right.
So I'm hoping to kind of do that for myself, is meet different people, get them in contact with other people, especially like with art and comedians. Like I feel a lot of people are limited because they don't want to go out to LA or don't know how to venture out to LA when it took me 3 years to figure out that I could just take the fucking Amtrak.
Right. You just take the train or something like that.
Yeah, $22 to get down there, $22 to get back.
I noticed too. There's a live local scene that want to branch out and won't branch out, and I think sometimes they hinder themselves.
All right, man, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stop the audio.